catch, 33 to the 11.
A little bit of a swing and a miss from the safety there. Kind of gave him a leg. Gay gave him the dead leg and a little whiff on the
Jimmy
tackle.
leg. Twins right. This one goes to Nimley over the left. 10. Tim to the outside. 5 and out of bounds. As the Muskies are in our First National Bank red zone. Come see me, Brian Musell, in a commercial lending department at First National Bank of Muscatine. 6-yard line, so it's 2nd and 5 Muskies from the west 6-yard line. Trips left for the Muskies. They're knocking at the door. Touchdown here would be big as they lead by 4. They give to Nimley. Timmy cuts it up inside. Nimley inside the 5 or right at the 5. Short gain, good defense by West.
And Muscatine can still get a first down here. They can get a 1st and goal at the 1.5-yard line.
We're going to spot this one at the 5. 3rd and 4 from the 5 for the Muskies. Gay and Bordy to the right, Hardy left. Orr gives to Nimley over the left side. Tim cuts it back in. Touchdown, Muskies. But there's a flag at the 4-yard line.
Could be a face mask.
Let's see what the call is.
It's going to be on us.
Nimley broke a tackle, showed his strength there.
Really outside of procedure penalties.
And it's going to be a hold, I believe. Holding on the Muskies. And that takes away a touchdown run of 5 yards by Tim Nimley. And that'll take this one back after the hold. A spot foul back to the 13. So it's going to be 3rd and 12 from the 13.
So both teams now have had points come off the board due to penalty.
Zek and Hardy left for the Muskies. Gay and Bordy to the right. 3rd down and 12 Muskies from the west 13-yard line. They lead 11-7. Now Nimley goes in motion. Muskies go empty. Orr back to pass. Shoots it back to Cooper. Zek in the slot. He's at the 10. Good ankle tackle to get him to the ground that time by Jacob Milam.
Quarterback
playing safety. And it's going to be 4th down now from just inside the 9. And Carson Bordy will attempt a field goal. So West, aided by the penalty on the Muskies, kept the Muskies out of the end zone, and even if they make the field goal, it's still a one-score game for the Falcons.
I like this spot for a fake.
26 yards, left hash for Bordy. Good snap, good hold by Orr. The kick is
good.
Carson Bordy from 26, 1:08 to play in the 3rd, and the Muskies go on top, 14-7. We're stepping away for 60. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Community Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of area high school athletics and activities. You can find Community Bank and Trust locations in Columbus.
Let Vision Center PC help you with those dreaded 3 little words, back to school. Until September 1st, we are offering children 18 and under free transition lenses with the purchase of a complete pair of eyeglasses. Protect those delicate eyes from the harmful UV rays. Call our office today to schedule your child's back to school exam. 563-263-2020. Vision Center PC, only the finest care.
Home of the 40s, serving Muscatine, Wilton, West Liberty, Iowa City, and the Quad Cities area for years. Pete's Tap serves appetizers, wings, burgers, fish, and more. Their hours are 11 to 11 Monday through Thursday, 11 to 2 a.m. on Friday, 11 to 12 on Saturday, and noon to 10 on Sunday. Pete's Tap has over 30 different sauces for wings. Take advantage of their abundant sauces during Monday's 50-cent wings. Make Pete's Tap your home for wings, beer, and sports. Pete's Tap. So much more than a bar, come as you are. Pete's Tap proudly supports Muskie Athletics. Go Muskies!
Community Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of area high school athletics and activities. You can find Community Bank and Trust locations in Columbus Junction, Muscatine, Wilton, and Wapello. Here's to a great year in the classroom and on the field. Visit Community Bank and Trust online at www.commbk.net and download the free Community Bank and Trust mobile app available for iPhone and Android devices. At Community Bank and Trust, they put people first. Member FDIC.
Penalty And they've had 2 other ones that have gotten them up past the 40-yard line.
We'll call it a 43-yard return. 1st and 10 Falcons on their own 46. Muscatine 14 and West 7. 1 minute to play in the third. They give this one to the up back, and the Muskies string it out. Maybe gained a yard. The ball carrier this time, James Alley. Going to gain 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Well, we'll call it no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 46.
A really nice job from the Muscatine defensive line there to get off their blocks and stop the run.
Tight end in motion, Karstens. There's Milam, gives to Carter over the left side. He gains about 2.
I know West has had a lot of success running the ball tonight, but they've got to do more damage in the air to win this game.
The last play of the third quarter, folks. We played 3. The Muskies 14, the West Falcons 7. We're stepping away for 60. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Be as simple, or maybe something a little more complex, or maybe your just doesn't work. Whether it's a service call, remodel, or new construction, Kirk Butcher Plumbing brings you quality, friendly service with over 40 years of experience working for you. Kirk Butcher Plumbing is the area's leading plumber serving all of Muscatine County, offering you the best rates, so you not only get experience, you save money as well. And his fast, friendly service means you don't have to live with that for too long. Call Kirk Butcher today, 264-6105.
Hi, this is Maxine Mendoza from the all-new Burrito Factory on Park Avenue in Muscatine.
Come see how they press their tortillas fresh to order. Pick your ingredients and watch them prepare your creation right before your eyes. Try their new wet burrito today. They pack it with tasty chicken, pork, or steak with fresh salsa and guacamole, wrap it together, and smother it with warm queso. It's a Burrito Factory favorite, made right before your eyes. Their ingredients are made fresh each day for you.
Come see the new Burrito Factory on Park Avenue in Muscatine. Like us on Facebook.
Brady Street Stadium, 3 quarters in the books. The scoring in the third quarter, the Muskies with a safety and a field goal, and they lead 14-7 over West. Joel, 3rd and 8 here from midfield approximately. Yep. Take a shot here.
Yep.
Milam back to pass, looks downfield, going to shoot it downfield. Got Westerfield inside the 30, down the sideline. There it is, touchdown. We called that. That was a time and place to open the third, and a throw from Jacob Milam to Malik Westerfield, 52 yards and a touchdown, and West is an extra point away from tying this.
Yeah, it's that was a really good play call. Get Milam moving, which is when he's most comfortable, and just a post route from the backside receiver. It's a tough one to defend. Trucks Unlimited bringing you Muskie football along with Buffalo Wild Wings, West Side Store, and Godfather's Pizza. Ask about their rewards program.
Gibson on for the PAT. Good snap, and now we've got a flag, and it's offsides Muscatine. So
yeah, it looked like looked like Takpour was trying to get a little bit of a jump.
You still
I think
kick
he lined,
it?
I think
you
he
still
lined up.
Kick it, right?
Yeah.
You're not a gambler, are you?
Well, I'm a gambler, but
11:50 to play.
I'm surprised.
Muskies. They're going to decline.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, I think it went up a half a yard. Or 1 yard.
Gibson on now for the retry.
Low
Low snap, and on the ground, Gibson picks it up. Gary a premium over the middle, and it's incomplete, as that's a big play.
Yeah, huge.
It's bad snap, and the point after fails.
Plus 3 points for Muscatine on bad snaps and special teams. A safety on the punt, and now 1 point coming off of the board on an extra point. Those are the hidden things that, people see these coaches who are always making notes on the sideline. That's what they're writing down to see if it comes back to bite you at the end of the game.
And it really put Gibson in a tough spot as a kicker. It was a low snap, and it rolled back to him, and Milam did the best he could to pick it up. It got back to the kicker, and he just tried to make something happen with a pass. So the point after fails, 11:51 here to go in the game, and the Muskies cling to that 14-13 lead.
You know, long snapper is often the person that you don't pay any attention to until something goes wrong. And unfortunately, we've seen some issues with it's a much harder thing to do than people realize, snapping for field goals and punts.
Gay back on his 10 along with Tak Portilla. Gibson will kick off. What a football game.
Could we have asked for 3 better opening nights weather-wise for football?
It's been outstanding.
I mean, usually at least one of these first 3 games.
The rain held off the last 2 weeks. It rained all day, but then game time it cleared off and was great.
And it's not so hot that people are cramping up all the time.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Hopefully we don't have a cramp epidemic break
I
out
might
here.
cramp up on the way back to the truck after the game. 14-13. There's the kickoff by Gibson, and that goes out of bounds.
Why couldn't he have done it on the safety so we could have figured out what the rule was?
So
I'm going to have to look it up.
And I'll be honest, I feel sorry for the young man. That's the 3rd kick he's kicked out of bounds. And the Muskies start 1st and 10 on their own 35.
And now if you're Muscatine, you know, that missed extra point kind of lets you exhale a little bit. You still got a lead. Now you just can take a break and just roll through the offense.
14-13 Muskies, 11:51 to play. The West fans, everybody got into it with that big touchdown pass from Jacob Milam to Malik Westerfield at 52 yards. The PAT no good due to a low snap. And now the Muskies come out. They spot this on the 37.
Because it went out
See,
of
it
bounds.
went out of bounds before the 35.
Yep, before,
all right.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Muskies go trips left, Hardy right. Orr and Nimley in the backfield. Orr fakes to Nimley, flares it out to Eli Gay. He dodges a tackler at the 35. He's to the 40 and up near the 42 or 43. A good gain on 1st down, and he stays in bounds. We're going to call this a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5, and that's his 13th catch of the night. He had 20 catches in 2 games coming into this, and I don't know, Matt Coss, is he leading the state in receptions? He may be. I know obviously nobody else is playing tonight, but I mean through 2 weeks he's got to be pretty close. And there's a fake to Nimley over the middle, almost intercepted. It was over the outstretched hands of Eli Gay in the middle of the field. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Muskies.
Yeah, good read there. Just another high throw for Orr.
Yep, and he is going into this one. Eli Gay was a leading receiver in the state, and he's got 13 catches tonight. Going to be tough to take him out. There's a fumbled snap by Orr on the ground, and West recovers at the Muskie 38-yard line. And West is in business. 11:33 to play in the game. 14-13 Muskies, but West 1st down now on the Muskie 38-yard line.
Yeah, I just was looking up and I missed that fumble. Was it so just a lower snap then?
Carson had it I think he just mishandled the snap and dropped it. The snap looked good. Twins right. Milam back to pass. He rolls to his right. Now he's going to run, and he's taken down. Good hit by Tak Portilla, Dalton Sell and company. Cook, they're all in on that one. He's going to lose a couple. A quarterback sack back to the 41. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Yeah, good pursuit there from Muscatine's defense. And another negative yardage play on 1st down. Several of those for West tonight, whether it be penalty or result from scrimmage.
Tight formation for West here. Milam keeps it, heavy run package, and he's down to about the 37-yard line. He's going to gain 4. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for West.
Yeah, those are just quarterback ISO plays. You've got the running back is up basically in a fullback position, and it's almost reminiscent of the old spinner back type formation, just without all the action that's going on.
10.5 minutes to play. The Muskies lead by 1, 14-13. West with the football just outside the Muskie 37-yard line. 3rd down and a long 9. Milam rolls to his left, rushes on by Shelengowski, takes a shot downfield for Houston, and it's incomplete. Boy, Good coverage by Tegan Schmelzer to break that up. Houston came back to the football and almost corralled it.
Good pressure there from Dalen Schelingowski. Really one of the first big hits they've been able to get on the quarterback in the passing game.
4th down and 9. Gibson on to punt. The Muskies have Takporti and Eli Gay deep on their own 10. So the Muskie defense with a big stand there after the turnover.
Good time for a big return.
Gibson with the punt. And it's fielded about the 5 by Tia. He's to the 10. Now to the 15, 20. Takpor up the sideline. Over the 30, a good return. At first he catches it at the 5, and you're going, no. But then he ran it out over the 30, and we've got a West player down.
Yeah, really nice job returning the ball by Takpor. Fielded it off the one hop and was able to get it moving forward.
27-yard return out to the 32.
Looks like we've got Isaiah Schaefer Houston. Looks like is that who's down? No, he's
I
over
don't
here.
believe so. I'm trying to figure out who that is. Number 8.
Number 8. So Brendan Costello is who it might be.
So really the first injury timeout we've had tonight. 10:06 to play. The Muskies lead 14-13. We're stepping away for 30. Listen to Muskie football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Hi, this is Maxine Mendoza from the all-new Burrito Factory on Park Avenue in Muscatine.
Come see how they press their tortillas fresh to order. Pick your ingredients and watch them prepare your creation right before your eyes. Try their new wet burrito today. They pack it with tasty chicken, pork, or steak with fresh salsa and guacamole, wrap it together, and smother it with warm queso. It's a Burrito Factory favorite, made right before your eyes. Their ingredients are made fresh each day for you.
Come see the new Burrito Factory on Park Avenue in Muscatine. Like us on Facebook.
Back at Brady Street Stadium, Brian Musell, Joe Crossauer, high atop Brady Street Stadium and the Uptown Motors broadcast booth. Stay tuned after the game, and we'll name our offensive and defensive players of the game, brought to you by CBI Bank and Trust. Nice, our post-game show sponsor is Quality Transport, the fine people at Quality Transport. And, of course, check out Facebook after the games. We have, not exactly tonight, but there will be a highlight package on Facebook brought to you by Toyota of Muscatine. Costello walks off under his own power. Let's hope that young man's okay. And the Muskies have first down on their own 32. Need a score here, Joel.
Yeah, 10 minutes can feel like an eternity in this situation. This isn't a clock management spot. You just go. You got to put some points on the board.
Muskies come out now. They go trips right. Zeck at H-back, Nimley behind Orr on first down.
Throw that bubble.
Carson gets it. He gives to Nimley over the left side. Tim over the 45 to the 46, or 36, sorry. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that formation again. And you go back, watch the replay, folks, if you're not able to watch it. You've got 3 guys out, but they're uniquely aligned. And right now, the way West is adjusting to it, it's very susceptible to big plays.
There's a snap. Orr gives to Nimley. He's hitting the backfield, but he breaks a tackle over the 40 and out near the 44. First down, Muskies, sponsored by Muscatine Community College, out to the 44-yard line, a gain of 8.
Yeah, just good hard run, lowering the pad level, running through the contact, and then getting out of bounds and not taking that extra hit at the end of the run when he realizes he's just going out of bounds anyway.
Marking at the 43, call it 7. First and 10, Muskies on their own 43. Gay and Hardy to the left, Bordy to the right on first down. Carson Orr gets a snap, gives to Nimley over the right side. Tim dances to the outside, the 40. There's some good gang tackling by West. They get him to the turf, and that's how you have to tackle Tim Nimley. Going to call a no gain on the play. Westerfield and company in on the play that time. Number 58 did a nice job, Sebastian Frick.
He's had some of the more impressive 0 to 1 yard runs that we've seen in a while. I mean, He always gives you that hopefulness that he's going to break one.
Call it a gain of 1 to 44. 2nd and 9. Trips left. Clock under 9 minutes now here in the fourth. They give to Nimley again over the right side. Muskies trying to push a pile, and they do. West strung it out. Nimley on sheer guts gained 2 to the 46. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, West doing a nice job of stringing it out, but Tim's just cutting it back up and fighting for a couple extra hard yards.
West is big up front. Zach Berry, 300-pounder coming off to get a blow, but they've had a couple 300-pounders in the middle, making it hard to run. 3rd and 7, the West fans getting into it. They trail by 1. Orr back to pass, looks over the middle for Gaze. Got him, and it's incomplete.
They're early.
Boy, he did look early, but there's no flag.
Yeah, and the back judge kind of reached and then didn't pull the trigger. Coach Mueller, they're rightfully upset. That I felt that could have been and should have been.
Watch that on a replay. You're right, Joel. There was contact before the ball got there. No call. Coach not happy, and it's 4th down and 7. Westerfield creeps back as Carson Bordy on to punt. There's a high snap. Bordy steps into it. High kick. Westerfield going to let it go, and it's going to roll inside the 15, and it's going to be down at the 14. A good kick by Carson Bordy. 40-yard kick, no return, and West will take over right there at their own 14-yard line.
So both defenses holding serve here. See if they can. Basically, I really think this is going to come down to a turnover situation. Team who gets the next turnover has got a huge advantage to win this game.
8:01 left. West thought they tied this one right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but they missed the PAT on a bad snap, and we're at 14-13. Heavy run formation here, and Milam gets it, goes to his left. He's over the 20, out near the 25. The Muskies string it out. Prince, Wee, and Schmelzer, safeties are in on it. He's going to get a first down on first down.
He really fought hard for that last yard.
5'8", 160, and he plays bigger than that. Tough kid, good athlete.
He lost his helmet on that play, so he's got to come off.
Yes, he does. He's got to come out for one play.
So that's down to their third-string quarterback here.
Gained 11 or 12 out to the 26. So number 12 trots out. And that is Peyton Thompson. Just a sophomore, 5'11", 160. This will probably be a handoff to Carter. And it is Carter over the left, and he's going to gain nothing. No gain on the play. Brennan Broders with a good stop from his linebacker position. Will be 2nd and 10 West.
That's when you like to see a coach do the play action and take a shot when you've got the guy that they don't think that will ever take a shot deep.
And now Milam returns after the helmet back on and fastened, ready to go. 7:10 left. Muskies 14, West 13. West has 2nd and 10 on their own 26. Twins right for the Falcons. Milam gets a snap. He rolls to his right. He looks. He's going to take a shot for Westerfield, and he's got him. Out over the 40 to the 44. Going to be a gain of 18, first down Falcons.
Just having a lot of success with that deep passing game.
Westerfield's such a good athlete, Joel. He creates separation, and he comes back for that football. That hung up there a little bit, but they have to respect his speed over the top. Good athlete. 1st and 10 Falcons on their own 44. Twins left, Westerfield right. Milam gets it, rolls to his left, steps into a throw. Got a man complete, hit hard by Tak Portilla. And that's Peyton Heath, and he's down at about the 49-yard line. Going to be a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Really some good effort from these West players after they're catching the ball. Fighting through, trying to get some extra yards.
Heath at 6'1", 180, and a junior. 2nd and 5. Houston now limps off the field. So there's an injury timeout, and Isaiah Houston's been a terrific player tonight. That's a big loss if it's something that lingers, favoring that right ankle. 2nd and 5 Falcons. Milam gets it over the left side. He's going to get a first down inside the Muskie 45. And they're going to spot this thing at about the 43-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 8. 1st and 10 Falcons. They're driving with 6 minutes left. Heavy run again. Milam over the left side. Shalangowski strings it out, but Milam spins out of a tackle for about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And I was just going to comment on that play previously. They ran right at Shalangowski, and he kind of stood up and caught, and we call peeking. He tried to peek and figure out where it was. He learned from that mistake, and that next time he just went in and he did his technique. He knew what gap he had, and he shot the gap, and he was able to really disrupt that play.
5.5 left, 14-13 Muskies. 2nd and 9 West on the Muskie 42-yard line. Milam rolls to his right. He's going to keep it, and Muskies string it out. A lot of people there to get him to the ground. Dalton Sell led it, and now we've got a late flag as looked like they were just both playing.
Yeah, there was no – okay, so yes, the whistle was blowing, but no one else added on to it. No one else did much of anything. And Milam himself is fighting and crawling for the yardage.
They're going to give him personal foul.
Face mask. Okay. So if that's what it is, if it's a face mask, that's a completely different discussion, and I'll retract my criticism. But at first glance, it looks like they were going to call it unsportsmanlike conduct or something.
So a big face mask flag on the Muskies, and I couldn't tell on the play who the face mask was on. Down to the 27. 1st and 10 Falcons. 5 minutes left in this one. Milam gets it. He gives to Carter. Actually keeps it over the left side. Broders takes him to the ground at the 24. Going to be a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7.
I mean, right now they're just finding multiple different ways to disguise quarterback runs.
Boy, how many carries do you have, Matt? You have that there? Sorry to put you on the spot. Milam over on the right side, and he's down near the 20 and the 19-yard line. He's going to gain 5 more and bring up 3rd and 2. 28 carries
quarterback with
for
almost
Jacob
30
Milam.
carries.
160 pounds. This kid's a warrior.
So one thing that you got to think might be being set up here, too, is a little quarterback like jump pass, something. As much as he's come into in between the tackles and run, as they get closer, maybe inside that 15-yard line, that's a very dangerous play.
Now we've got a timeout, Muscatine. And the Muskies called timeout. They're first of the second half. 4:07 to play. The Muskies lead 14-13. We're stepping away for 30. You listen to Muskie football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Protect your home with Bosch Pest Control. Bed bugs, Asian beetles, spiders, fleas, crickets, termites, moles, and more. Bosch Pest Control uses cutting-edge technology to protect your home from these annoying pests. Bosch Pest Control is always training their technicians so they'll be able to provide you with the best service and protection. Bosch Pest Control, across from Harper's on Grandview Avenue, South Muscatine. Don't squash them, Bosch them.
We are back at Brady Street Stadium, and we got a great game tonight. Thursday Night Football, the only show in town, and the Muskies lead Davenport West 14-13, 4:07 to play. West with a 3rd down and 2 on the Muscatine 19-yard line, and their faithful are really into it. A nice crowd tonight.
I love that their band stays for the second half, too. I like that when a high school does that.
They're energized. Hunter Runge split wide left, and now we've got a whistle.
Timeout West?
Timeout West. They saw how the Muskies are either that or he's upset with his own team. I think he was there.
Yeah, maybe a misalignment. Gosh, coming out of a timeout.
Yeah, that's a killer.
That's frustrating.
So the game reset. 14-13, 4:07 to play. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. The difference in this one so far is a missed extra point. Actually, both teams have missed one. The Muskies missed one in their first touchdown of the game in the first quarter. And West had a chance to tie it here. First play of the fourth quarter, a 52-yard touchdown pass to Malik Westerfield, and the PAT failed as the snap was low on the ground and they couldn't get the kickoff.
Yeah, Muscatine's kind of had that. They kind of cobbled a football score together to get back to 14, getting the safety and the field goal. It's almost like when you just keep hitting at the blackjack table and eventually get to 21.
The Muskies have a touchdown, a missed PAT, 2 field goals and a safety to get their 14. West 2 touchdowns and 1 with a missed PAT, and that's where we stand. Here we go after each team exchanged timeouts. Heavy formation. Milam going to keep it over the middle. Muskies stack it up. We'll see in the spot. It's going to be close. It looks like a rugby scrum, and a whistle blows. It's going to be right at the 17, but it is 4-down territory.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see where they spot it.
Looks like it's going to be short.
TD and the group inside, Sell and the crew for the Muskies stood them up.
How do they not measure that?
I don't know how they don't measure that, but it's going to be 4th and inches just outside the 17.
West is asking for a measurement, which they should.
Head referee's going to take a look at it, and he's not going to measure it. He's saying it's 4th down. So,
excuse me, sorry. I didn't realize they could just say we're not going to measure it. That might be a rule change since I was on the sidelines.
We'll say 4th down in inches, about 6-8 inches maybe. For West, just outside the 17-yard line. Crowds on their feet. They go Westerfield split out to the right. Muskie stack in the box. Milam keeps it up the middle. He's not going to get there. The Muskies swallow him up in the backfield. Will Zillig led the charge with Jonah Cook and Dalen Shelagowski, along with Dalton Sell. Those guys were coming hard.
That's a
and
huge
they stop
stop.
them on 4th down.
Huge stop there for the Muscatine defense. Getting a little cute there. I understand what they're trying to do formationally, spread Muscatine out to run the ball into the middle, but you've had so much success going to that heavy formation, and then they just walked away from it. I don't get that sometimes.
Twins on each side, 1st and 10 Muskies from their own 18. 3.5 to play. Need a couple first downs here. There's a give to Nimley. Tim over the left side. Hit hard and brought down at about the 21, a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Muskies.
And now that drive was so huge because West did so much of it on the ground that a lot of time came off the clock, and they didn't get any points out of it.
Clock ticking near 3 minutes. Muskies could burn some clock here. There's still 18 on the play clock, and now they will. As Carson Orr taking his time, and that's the advantage of having the play clocks. There's a fumbled snap. Orr gets down on it back at the 15, so they lose 6.
See, I might call a timeout here if I'm West. I understand that the traditional book says wait till you get under a certain time, but the way they've been running the ball, a timeout there with a big loss on 2nd down. See, they're going to lose about a minute and a half here.
3rd and 13. Twins right for the Muskies. Do you throw it or keep it on the ground, Joel? 3rd and 13.
I throw it.
Or gives to Nimley over the right side. Western face mask. And there's a flag, and that's a costly penalty as Nimley had his face mask grabbed in the backfield. Not Cameron Carter, Dalton Karstens got a hold of it.
And it's an unfortunate circumstance for West, but it was the right call. And it wasn't, the guy was just trying to make a play, and he just happened to sneak up into the cage.
West has played so well tonight. They've had a couple of key penalties that have really hurt them, and none bigger than this.
Yeah, because that's a first down.
They had him held. They would have gotten the ball back near midfield, but the Muskies get the march off 1st and 10 on their own 27.
No, I guess it's not. It's not an automatic first down.
So it's 3rd and 1 from the 27. We're used to the NFL and college where it's an automatic first down.
It's 15 yards, but it's not a personal foul, I guess.
3rd and 1 from the 27. Orr gives to Nimley. Up the gut. He's going to get the first down to the 29. And that'll stop the clock. They're going to feed the dog here. The lead horse, Tim Nimley, going to see the football every carry here.
Yeah.
14-13, Muskies by 1. A minute 50 and ticking in the game. West with 2 timeouts.
It's nice.
Trips left.
It's a real luxury to have that play clock in the end zone so the quarterbacks can just see it.
There's a snap. There's Nimley getting it, and he's over the 30 to about the 32. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Timeout West with 1:33 left. Muskies lead by 1. We're stepping away for 30. Listen to Muskie football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Visit Harper Cycling and Fitness, where you will discover the world's best bikes for road, mountain climbing, or city cycling. Stop in and ride away on a new Trek or electric bicycle, professionally assembled and adjusted for you riding around town or across the state. Harper Cycling and Fitness has an agenda to make the world a happier, healthier place by getting more people on bikes more often. Harper Cycling and Fitness in Muscatine is your bicycle headquarters. When you think bikes, think Harper's. Harper Cycling and Fitness is a proud supporter of Muskie football. Go Muskies!
We are back at Brady Street Stadium. Brian Musell, Joel Crossauer. 1:33 left, and the Muskies lead Davenport West 14-13. West with 1 timeout. The Muskies have 2nd and 7 on their own 32-yard line, and they're trying to punch out one more first down to seal this thing.
Yeah, this is where that exchange where they went timeout for timeout really is a huge factor.
Yes, good point, Joel. 2nd and 7 from the 32. Twins left. Orr gives to Nimley. Tim bounces it back up inside, and he's out to the 35. And there's a timeout West, and that'll do it for their timeouts. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Muskies on the 35-yard line. We're going to leave it right here with 1:27 left.
Yeah, those are the things you don't want to dwell on, and you have to call that timeout like it happened about 7 minutes ago. But you had to use a timeout in a situation where no time was already coming off the clock. So that alone is probably worth about 45 to a minute 15 seconds. You know, when you get into this situation, a 1-point ball game, that is an eternity when it comes to what can you do defensively, offensively. You know, if we were sitting here and this was, 3:05 on the clock, it's a completely different play calling motif for what the Muskies are trying to do and what West is going to try and do.
Stay tuned after the game for the Quality Transport post-game show, and we'll name our offensive and defensive players of the game, brought to you by CBI Bank and Trust. Big 3rd down play for the Muskies. This could seal it if they get it. Nimley gets it over there, and he's going to get it over the 40, and Tim over the 45 near midfield, and at the 49-yard line, a 14-yard run on 3rd and 4, and the Muskies can go into victory formation now with $1:20 left. Nimley gets it out to midfield, and Jake Mueller can finally take a deep breath.
Just a really fine effort from the Muskies.
Hard fought. Davenport West played extremely hard and well tonight. You got to give those guys a lot of credit. Muskies victory formation as Carson Orr gets a snap, takes a knee. That's the first one with a minute left. Remember, after this game, go to the voiceofmuscatine.com if you're staying up, or go to that anytime and check out the replay of this game. You can watch it. Great play-by-play action by Joel, and I'm his sidekick. And then you can watch the film, the video of this. They do a great job. Watch replays all weekend long, 10, 3, and 8. Saturday, Sunday, Monday on Muscatine Public Access, Channel 9 or 709 on your MPW HD package. And support these sponsors we talk about nonstop, because without them, we're not here. That's the final snap by Orr as it's back at the 40. And folks, hard fought, but your Muscatine Muskies are now 3-0, and they host Johnston next Friday night at Muscatine Community Stadium. Final score from Brady Street, the Muskies 14, the Davenport West Falcons 13. Thanks for listening. You've been listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
What Friday? Thursday is coming for you. You've been the best day of the week for far too long. But now every Thursday, Buffalo Wild Wings sells boneless wings at a discounted price. That's right, Friday. Thursday's looking real confident. And it's not afraid to use partial-priced wings to be the big man on the calendar. Boneless Thursdays. We do it for you. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Prices and participation vary. See participating locations for details. Void where prohibited.
National Bank is proud to sponsor the On the Money program at Muscatine High School. When the volleyball, swim, basketball, and baseball teams score big, they earn money for the Muskie Boosters. Since 1997, their hard work has earned over $55,000 in donations from First National Bank. We are also proud to sponsor the Muskie Football Red Zone. Can't make it to the game? Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Tune into AM 860 or FM 95.1 to hear the games broadcast live. Go Muskies. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need something fast? Come to Westside Store and grab a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza. They're made with the freshest ingredients, 100% real meats, cheeses, and fresh vegetables. The Muskies and Godfather's Pizza, a winning combination. Call 263-7214 now to order yours tonight, or stop by the Westside Store on the corner of Cedar and Hauser.
Hi, this is Brian Musell, voice of the Muscatine Muskies. Before each broadcast, I get a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza from Westside Store, proud supporter of Muscatine Muskie Athletics.
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise. Au revoir!
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Took it in from there a few plays later, and Jacob Milam, who was a starting quarterback tonight, hadn't started the first 2 weeks of the year, starting for Alex Trevino, who was injured, took it in for the touchdown. PAT was good. 10:36 remaining. They led 7-zip. The Muskies thought they tied this up late in the first quarter with a 9-yard pass to Eli Gay for a touchdown from Carson Orr. That followed a 50. Trailed 7-6. Second quarter, only one scoring play of the whole quarter, and that was Carson Bordy's 25-yard field goal with 3 seconds left in the first half. Following, the Muskies drove the ball 88 yards in the last 3 minutes of the first half to get in field goal position, and Bordy knocked it through. The Muskies led 9-7 going into the half. Both teams traded field positions in the third quarter, and the Muskies got the benefit of a high snap over the head of the punter in the end zone, and it went through the back of the end zone for a safety. 4:42 left in the third, and the Muskies led 11-7. The Muskies got a field goal, a 26-yarder from Carson Bordy with a 1:08 to play in the third. That was after a touchdown run by Tim Nimley was nullified with a hold. So Bordy knocked through the field goal from 26 yards, 1:08 to play in the third. They led 14-7. Fourth quarter, very first play of the fourth quarter, Malik Westerfield got a 52-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Milam with 11:51 to play in the game, and they looked like they were going to tie this thing up, but the PAT failed due to a low snap on the ground. They couldn't pick it up and get the kickoff, and that's where it stopped and started right there as we're on the air right now talking about Muskie football. And the Muskies held on from there on, 14-13, a huge defensive stand late in the game, Joel, as West had it 4th down and 1 at the 17, and the Muskie interior defense held Jacob Milan out, could not get the first down, and then they ran the clock out, game over.
Yeah, and I think our CBI Bank and Trust player of the game is Elijah Gay. The number of catches he's had in his first 3 games, and he just kept that going tonight. It's not just what he does to get open, it's how he can break tackles. You know, that 59-yarder, I think we said he about 49 after contact, and it was multiple points of contact as he worked his way down the field. That is something that you get a receiver out there in the slot that can do what he can do, and then you can also work him into the he's not as fast as Percy Harvin, with Florida, but you saw that kind of dynamic player with the slot like a Percy Harvin that you can execute this style of offense with. And Elijah Gay is really proving to be that playmaker that Muscatine really was hoping they could find on the outside.
Defensively, to me it's a toss-up. I thought Jonah Cook and Brennan Broders both played well. Pursued Jonah Cook's first game back. I thought those guys committed themselves. And let's name those three guys our CBI Bank and Trust offensive and defensive players of the game. A couple of quick stats. Jacob Milam with 121 rushing yards and 157 passing yards for West, 5'8", 160, and he carried the football 29 times, which is incredible. Tim Nimley led the Muskies in rushing tonight, 25 carries, 97 yards. Eli Gay, who you mentioned, a fantastic game, 13 catches, 172 yards, and a touchdown. Eli Gay came into tonight with 20 catches, leading the state in receiving.
Class 4A.
Class 4A.
Yeah, but now I think he'll be in the lead probably in the state.
13 more catches tonight. He's got 33 catches in 3 games. Folks, that's off the charts. Carson Orr tonight, 23 out of 30, 222 yards, a touchdown and a pick.
So efficient.
Another excellent effort by Carson Orr. So the Muskies well-rounded on the stat sheet, but the most important stat is the win column, and they get number 3. And, folks, get out to Muscatine Community Stadium next week and support these guys because the Muskies are taking on Johnston, a top 5 team in the state. And, boy, the competition really ramps up.
I mean, we need to talk about Carson Orr. 73% completion percentage tonight, 200 yards passing, a touchdown. He did have the interception, but it was a nicely thrown ball. It was a really good play from the defender. For some reason, he didn't even cross my mind as a player of the game. And I think it's just because he is so calm and so efficient. He kind of just quietly just moves this team the way that Coach Mueller wants it done. And sometimes as a broadcaster, you can get lulled to sleep by actually how good they're playing. He's playing really good football right now.
Playing great football. He's getting them in and out of the huddle, which they don't do. I shouldn't say the huddle, but he's getting them in and out of good plays, bad plays. It seems like Carson Orr complete control of this offense, and the Muskie defense, again, a stout effort tonight. They held when they needed to, only 13 points allowed. So a great effort by Coach Hawkins and his defense.
And that clock management at the end of the first half, I can't say enough about it. Getting those points at the end of the half really proved to be a huge factor in this game. Coach Mueller, big tip of the cap.
Folks, don't know where to begin, but so many people to thank for Muskie Broadcasts. As always, my partner Joel, Tim Scott in studio, Chris Anderson and his great crew, Jordan and the guys that are up here filming us. You guys have got to support the sponsors that go into this, and it is a huge team effort. We're all part of the same team, and you can catch these broadcasts live every week. You can watch us after the game on thevoiceofmuscatine.com, and you can watch it, as we've mentioned many times, 9 times over the weekend, 10, 3, and 8, Saturday, Sunday, Monday on Channel 9, and 709 on your HD package by Muscatine Power and Water. So, folks, thanks for listening. I want to thank everybody involved in this broadcast. I'm Brian Musell. Final score, the Muskies 14, Davenport West 13. You've been listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
BI Bank and Trust is pleased to be a voice of Muscatine Sports Booster and proud to be the corporate sponsor of the Muskie Mania program. Since 1995, it has resulted in donations totaling over $100,000 from the bank to the school. The money is used to pay for special non-budgeted needs. Watch the total grow on the CBI's Facebook page. And go Muskies. Aim high, bank strong. CBI Bank and Trust. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.